For my community outreach project, I volunteered at the All Stars of Chicago Talent Show Network, which gathers young people from the ages of 5 to 25 to come together and create a talent show in the Inglewood neighborhood in Chicago. This program teaches kids leadership and speaking skills, as well as the opportunity to show off their own personal skills. Since most of these kids that perform are growing up in a neighborhood rich with violence and poverty, they also see this talent show as a positive activity in the community instead of all of the negative they have experienced. It gives them a chance to cooperate with people, grow together, and have an activity to do after school instead of being out on the streets where crime is abundant. Dr. David Cherry is the director of the All Stars Project of Chicago. Here is an All Stars Project press release interview with Dr. David Cherry.
There's more to it because young people in the talent shows, they learn the importance of how to arrive on time to an audition. They learn the importance of how to cooperate with young people and adults, at the audition. We have workshops in which we play performance activities where you have the whole range, 5 and 6 year olds who are playing performance games with young people who are 23, 24, 25, and teenagers all the way in between. And so in the talent shows, young people have an opportunity to express themselves on stage. But even more importantly, George, what we're working with these young people on is the importance of what it means to give and also to help grow the program. Because what we want to take this program and make it really big in Chicago.
I volunteered at the All Stars Talent Show auditions, as well as days before the auditions to help them prepare for it. They were held at Harper High School, also in the Inglewood neighborhood in Chicago. As soon as we got there, we were each given a station which was part of the audition process. I was the sound assistant to the DJ, and my job was to keep track of time for each audition, and each person was given 2 minutes to audition. I was also keeping track of the tracks and CDs that each performer needed, and to make sure that the DJ was playing the right CD for each performer and no mistakes were made. I was able to speak to the performers and ask them exactly why they decided to come to the auditions that day. They all pretty much replied with the same answer about how they would rather be there than be outside in the streets. For the second part of my project, a group of volunteers and I put on our red All Stars Talent Show Network vests and set out into the Inglewood neighborhood. We spoke to people out on the streets about exactly what our program is about and how we plan to make a difference in their community. We also got people involved in our talent show to either perform in it or help produce it. The science behind my project is that it relates to heredity and how talent could be inherited from our parents' genes. From my research, I learned that talent inheritance has not been completely proven yet, for there are many genes in our bodies which carry the many traits and parts of what we would call talent. Although there is evidence that the talent ability is a contribution of heredity and effort of dedication and practice to meet and succeed in a specific type of activity. After all, practice makes perfect. I have learned so much from volunteering with this program, and I feel so blessed to have been able to meet such kind-hearted people who have touched my life in just a matter of weeks. I know that I will definitely continue volunteering with the All Stars Project since I had such an amazing time there, and I developed so many personal connections with many of the volunteers.